Whether you are looking to buy a home or looking to sell, it can be very difficult navigating the market, and it can also be challenging to find someone you trust to help you through it all. Luckily, things get a lot less challenging when you have a great realtor on your side who can give you great advice. Joining me now is Realtor Dennis Jeantet with Knight Real Estate Group. Welcome, Dennis.
Thanks.
You got it. It's always a pleasure having you in.
Thanks. I always love coming here and chatting with you.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's get into it. Talk to us about why it's so important for someone to have a realtor.
Of course. Well, you need to have the right agent because a real estate transaction is a lot to worry about, and you want to have someone who's going to make it easier on you and take all the guesswork and stress out of it so you can just enjoy moving into your new home.
Absolutely. Let's talk about some of those challenges people face when they maybe even start out trying to do it themselves and think, okay, I need to get a realtor.
Yeah, real estate transaction is a lot to worry about, so we try to take all the stress out of it. There's a lot of things that you just need a professional for. You know, it's you wouldn't go fix your roof by yourself or work on your engine by yourself. So you really need someone in the industry that knows what to worry about, what to look for, and to fight for their clients. So that's what we do.
It's true. It's true. And you guys are very skilled and professional at what you do. And just like you said, you wouldn't go climb on that roof, right?
Yeah.
By yourself. So what are some things that can be negotiated in a real estate transaction?
So if you're a home buyer, you're probably going to want to negotiate the purchase price and see if you can get an offer accepted, under the asking price. Another big one is repairs. So, when you're buying a home, you're going to make a request for things you might want replaced or repaired, and then you're going to negotiate with the seller whether they agree to, fix these or you come to an agreement on that. And personal property is another one. A lot of times people may want to include furniture or things they see in the home, so that's another thing that can be negotiated.
Absolutely. And so when someone has, let's say they put all this work in or they figure out where their house needs to be to put it on the market, there's a lot of times that people have many different interests, right? There's multiple amounts of people that want to buy that home. So how does someone end up navigating through multiple offers?
Well, you need to have your agent reach out to their agent and find out what's really important to the seller. It may not just always be the highest offer that gets accepted. The seller may need more or less time to close the deal, so that's a big one. Another thing is sometimes sellers now are leasing back the property after they sell it, like they need another month or two, to get situated. So they'll actually lease it back from the new owner. So that's a thing that we see now. So really, you need to have your agent reach out and find out what's important to them, because there is no one size fits all.
Right. And then you guys kind of help with that process and really streamline it, because I imagine that if you have multiple offers, it can almost feel like a little bit of a bid war, right?
I mean, if you're on the selling side, it's probably, more exciting to have a lot of offers to go through. But if you're a buyer, it's a little nerve-wracking because, some people are on time constraints and they need to get into their home and they don't have time to get caught up in that. So it's really good to have a good agent that knows what to do to get you through that.
Absolutely. And so how do you determine, what the value of a house is and do that accurately? How do you know, okay, my house is worth this much, and then price it at that?
So what we usually do is look into comparable homes, recent sales in the area. That gives us a good idea if we can find an exact model match. But the market is changing every week or every month, so we do run into people that say, oh, my neighbor sold their house for $1 million 6 months ago, and then we have to say, okay, well, it is a different market now, so we need to take that into account. So that we are analyzing every day and coming up with a game plan.
That's a really great point, because my in-laws, they have a house too it's like kind of like a beachfront property, and they said, oh, the house down the corner just sold for X amount of money, we can sell it for this. But I'm like, is it really the same? So I think that's where you guys come in, and you could really help somebody gauge that, right?
Exactly. Like, we can do our homework, but it's really good to get in the home and see what it has to offer that makes it unique and makes it, adds value.
Absolutely. And so what are the first steps that someone should take when it comes to wanting to put in that offer?
Well, first you want to hire me is your very first step. And then after that, you're going to want to get your funds situated. So whether you need to apply for a loan or whether you already do have the funds, then you would just need to show proof of those funds, whether they're an account or something. But that's the biggest thing. In order to get a legitimate offer accepted, you have to show proof of funds that you do have the money readily available.
Absolutely. Now, before we go, you guys are always doing community outreach initiatives, right? What do you have going on this month?
Yes, so Knight Real Estate is part of Foster Friday Foundation. They help abused, abandoned, and neglected animals, raising awareness and also donations. We donate to the local non-kill shelters. So this whole month we're accepting anything that pets might need: collars, leashes, food, toys, puppy pads. Anyone's welcome to come drop them off down at our office, and we are going to be donating them to all the local no-kill shelters.
Wonderful. Dennis, always a pleasure. Thanks for joining us this morning and giving
you.
us always that great insight. Donate to the Foster Friday Foundation Drive. You can donate any of these items on your screen to this address on Fort Apache. For more information on Knight Real Estate Group, visit knightrealty.com. And to connect with Dennis further, you can find him on Instagram and Facebook.